Nate Herbig, second start of his career against the Los Angeles Rams. Let's get to it. First play is a zone to the right side up against Aaron Donald, and initially does a good job. It gets pushed back a little bit, is what you would expect here. So gets pushed back 1-2 steps. Miles Sanders does a good job of going inside, but unfortunately Jason Peters gets beat inside as well, so it has to bounce it all the way out. Doesn't result in much. Zone to the left side does a really good job of transitioning up to 41 right here. As you can see, the entire line coming up here. Stays square to him, gets his hands well on him, moves his feet well. Pass blocking scheme with the slide to the right side. So Jason Kelsey's coming over here, assist on Aaron Donald. They do a good job comboing on that. And then Herbig ends up assisting on the defensive end as well. One-on-one against Michael Brockers, who's lined up in 3 technique right in front of him, and he's going to go with a bull rush here. It's a good hands placement on him, a little bit high to begin with, but replaces his hands well. Keeps fighting off the hands of Brockers as you see him punch there with his left hand, and doesn't give up any ground to him. This time one-on-one pass block against Morgan Fox, right line up here in front of him. Morgan takes a quick inside step, and as Nate is getting a little bit out of balance here, he does the right thing of keeping his hands on him and keep driving him outside. If Morgan wants to go outside, that's where he'll take him. And ultimately, he ends up becoming a non-factor here as Herbig is driving him all the way back. Another solid movement in open space here to get up on the 41 on the zone to the left side here. Gets initially a good hands placement on him. Needs to stay a little bit with the block here. Needs to slow his feet down when he already reaches him so he doesn't over pursue it a little bit. As you can see, 41 disengages up here and gets another tackle. So to the right side here, going up against Morgan Fox, lined up at the 5 technique. Good hands placement on him. Doesn't move him that much, but seals him off to the inside so he's not a factor. Could not be more excited about this play here from Nate Herbig. Already in his second start making plays like this. So it's a screen, so set up with the play action from Carson Wentz, and Boston Scott is going to drift out and initially get the ball. Now, Nate Herbig's job number 1 is to make sure that Jason Kelsey can seal off the defensive end right here. So he comes up with him, stays with him long enough, allowing Jason Kelsey to come up there. Now, as the ball is coming out, Nate Herbig's job is to find the linebacker on the outside. Initially, a really good punch on him, and Carson throws a bad ball that Boston Scott has to come up and get, so it kind of slows the play down a little bit. But Nate does a good job of replacing his hands after the initial punch, so he stays with the block throughout the entire time with Jason Kelsey, who keeps on the block right here, allowing Boston Scott to come out in the open field and get some positive yards. Really good block from Nate Herbig. Comboing with Jason Kelsey on Aaron Donald here, taking on the initial punch well, gets pushed back a little bit, that's what happens, but does well enough and stones him with Kelsey. Not a good look on this one. Zone to the right side, but gets a little bit overtaken here by, I think it's Brockers. Gets pushed back, gets out of bounds, hat too low, and falls into Miles Sanders. Split zone to the right side here. Dallas Goedert coming into the screen from the right. He will chip the defensive end or the outside linebacker 50 here. Herbig will do a good job of taking on Aaron Donald on a solo block here. Taking him on well, sealing him off to the outside. Good yards. Combos with Jason Kelsey and Michael Brockers here at the left defensive end. Solid block. This time countered to the right side. So Herbig's job is to seal off the left defensive end here to his outside. And he does a fine job of it right here. You're gonna see Pryor pull to the right side here. You're gonna see Ertz coming over here as lead blocker as well. A phenomenal zone to the left side here, comboing with Lane Johnson, where they're both going to go up in the defensive end right here, and then Herbig is going to release up to the linebacker. Boom, good hands placement on him. Keeps driving, easy touchdown. This time zone to the right side, going up solo against Aaron Donald. Doesn't really get the push on him, of course, that you'd expect going up against AD. So that gap is closed, and Miles does a good job of bouncing to the outside and picking up some yards. Aaron Donald and 69 out here to the right side. Herbig, good job of helping out with Aaron Donald and comboing with Lane Johnson to sort out the mess over here. Another good combo here on Aaron Donald from Jason Kelsey and Nate Herbig. Throws them up well. Stretch to the right side, and Herbig does a phenomenal job of catching the defensive end out here, lined up in a 4 technique right over Lane Johnson, sealing him off and turning him so he gets sealed to the outside, creating a good lane for Miles Sanders to run through. Zone to the left side, and Herbig does a really good job here of carrying over the defensive lineman into the linebacker here. He's comboing with Lane Johnson, and then as soon as the linebacker hits the gap, boom, hits him and creates a big crease for Miles Sanders to run up through. Zone left right here, and a good job from Nate Herbig of oversetting this one so he can seal the inside off for the defensive tackle, allowing Lane Johnson to come up on the block as well. Handily takes on Aaron Donald again here on the bull rush. Gets some help from Jason Kelsey to the end there, but does not give up too much ground. Gets him twisted a little bit. Aaron Donald just shows that he's different on this play. Nice swim move over Nate Herbig here. He's coming out on the zone right. Beautiful. Another rep here against Aaron Donald as he's trying to move up the field. Goes with him well and transitions into Lane Johnson. Solid block on 54, who's the blitz and linebacker right here. Moves him well and moves him into Lane Johnson, collapsing the left side of that rush. Solid rep and solid contact on Aaron Donald here from Nate Herbig. Doesn't give any ground to him as he's transitioning into Lane Johnson. Another good rep here against Aaron Donald. Same thing. Good engage on him. Push him into Lane Johnson.